You guys, are you ready for your next storyteller? You guys are about to be taking on quite an adventure. Give it up loud for my storytelling class student for this round, Ken Surratt.
Hello. I'm short, sorry, I'm not going to use that. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for Punchline and Johnny and all the classmates for everybody doing this. Awesome. Thrilled to be here. So my story is basically how living in Del Paso Heights and moving there turned me into a car thief. I never stolen a car before that, just for the record. So it was interesting. The way that happens is, at first I was hired as a property manager. If you're not familiar with property management, you basically manage the property that you stay at. And I had gotten this job despite never having managed to own any property of my own, unless you count Castle Grayskull or maybe a Batcave place. So that was cool. I was like, all right, free apartment. It's in the hood. I was freshly divorced. It was a beautiful place to wake up with my kids, give them breakfast, and it was our little bubble, but around it was frightening and a horrifying place to live. I should have known when I first moved there. I Googled, like, hey, what's the best thing to do in Del Paso Heights? And leave immediately for anywhere else was the #1 result. I was like, oh, shit. We also, when we were moving in, we had my dad's truck, because, it's the best way to move in. And you have to leave a guy on the street to guard the couch, because it's not a good neighborhood. And we came out, and he was there, he was guarding the couch, he was on his phone, and texting and checking on his life. And there's a crackhead about a block and a half with one of my nightstands. So somewhere I share a one night stand with a crackhead in Del Paso Heights. That's the kind of neighborhood it is. Should have known. Property management was an interesting gig. Thought I saw a dead body, and it wasn't. It was just a pot of rotting meat. Yeah, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure that is a dead body. But it was cops and I couldn't have been fooled. You could smell it coming up the stairs. And then another time we did see a real body. Sadly, a gentleman overdosed, and his roommates chose to continue partying and just call the police and the coroners and the counselors who housed all the people and chose the tenants. My property management company just owned the property, so I was there and kind of just watched the property, and they had a lot of crazy tenants. So this guy passed away. The counselor was there, the police were there, the coroners were bringing him down the stairs. And the counselor was very upset because these guys continued partying. So she was like, we're going to go up there, we're going to put an end to this shit, I want to clear everybody out. She looked at the cops, she looked at me, and I looked at her and I said, they killed one guy up there already today, lady. I don't know if I'm going to rush you up there. So that was fun. I did get one of the best laughs of my entire life working at this property because I had access to all the cameras because I was the property manager. So I had to check and lock the laundry room and stuff like that. And I got to see a 10-year-old kid take a desperate shit in a laundry room. And it's still to this day one of the joys of my life. If I had the video and would have saved the phone, I'd share it with people afterwards and be like, no, really, this happened. But this kid, he just had nowhere to go. I think we've all probably been there at one point in time in our lives. And there's gates and metal fences and a laundry room. So he chose laundry room. He locked the door behind him, tucked himself behind the machine and, did his thing. And my favorite part of the story, maybe the highlight of this whole thing, is he took a shirt from a running load, wiped himself, and threw the shirt back in. Complete savage little scumbag. I love it. I was like, that's amazing. So, yeah, and then, so that was an interesting job. I worked there for a little while. My car that I had at the time, like I said, I was freshly divorced, so the only way to describe this car is a level 1 single dad divorce starter car. It had a different color hood than the rest of the car. And this following joke, I made this at the pick and pull, and they hate me for it. I don't think they wanted me back. My dad and his friends still go there. I don't think they were like, you're a son with his annoying jokes, please don't bring him back. But we went and we got the hood, and I looked at the lady and I was like, fun fact, you can take the hood out of pick and pull, but you can't take a pick and pull out the hood. And she was like, get out of my line and pay for the hood. So, yeah, I woke up one morning, pretty simple. The car was stolen. I didn't know whether to be shocked or upset, or thrilled. I was kind of like, okay. I wasn't sure if it was insured, and I was kind of like, and call my parents. It might be their car too. Let's see. And so I did that, and my dad was confident we'd get it back. Funny stories. My family's got like 3 stolen cars back. It's kind of random, but yeah. So we actually did indeed find it, and it was 2 blocks away, it was crazy to me because I was like, it was safer to steal a car and walk 2 blocks in this neighborhood than it was just to walk the 2 blocks. Then again, I was also like, nobody's gonna suspect anybody in stealing that car. Like if they see him driving, they're just gonna be like, they live in that car. That's those poor bastards. Like, at least it's running. So, yeah, they stole the car. I got it back. I stole it back. When I stole it back, I got it back, and the cops. I called the cops. After I found the car, I drove it home because I just saw the car, and so I just jumped in the car. I had the keys, took it, picked it out some of the thief stuff, and left. And called the cops and was like, I don't want to get caught driving a stolen car because I reported it stolen. So they came and they were pissed because apparently I was supposed to sit in front of the thief's lair or apartments or whatever you call it and wait. And I was like, that doesn't seem safe or right. So they were just pissed. They were like, you're a car thief now, and they were very upset. And they were like, well, what do you think the thieves were doing? And I was like, there's no joy to me having that ride. Like, I'm not excited you gave it back. Like you're not happy I got the car back. I'm guessing the thieves are gonna walk like 3 blocks today and be like, fuck, he stole the car back. So that's how that story pretty much wraps up. It's an interesting tale, and I'm a car thief now.
One more time for King Sarah.